All right, my next video is making bevels for what is going to become a cylinder. I'm going to use this bevel cutter, and I have two different angles here that I can use. This one tends to be my favorite, the 45-degree angle. And I'm going to put my clay up against this edge here so that I get that really nice bevel. What that bevel's gonna do is help me to bring these two edges together and make sure that I'm able to keep the cylinder seams together so they stay together. All right, now I'm gonna flip this over. So I beveled one side, now I need to bevel the opposite side. And I'm trying to be really gentle. On the inside, I'm not doing any texture, although some people might choose to do so. Now I'm just beveling that opposite edge. And what that is gonna do is give me opposing ends that should come together. The next tool I need is my scoring tool and some slip. Okay, now I'm going to stand up my cylinder. Hopefully I do it without dropping it. Now that clay is a little bit flimsy today, but that's what you have to have when you're working with cylinders. Your clay needs to be at this stage, otherwise your clay is gonna crack. And I've done it too many times, or seen it happen too many times with students. All right, I'm gonna use my scoring tool, and I'm gonna go ahead and score these edges here. Trying not to go over that edge too much, or that point right here. I'm trying to keep that intact and just scoring the edges on the inside. Now the way that I'm gonna join this together, I am not going to need to add an extra support coil on the inside, although some people might need to. I know when building slab boxes, my students often need that extra coil, and that's an important part of helping them to be successful. Sometimes we have to improvise and do things to make things work. So that's kind of the way it goes with ceramics. When you get really good at it, you're able to work without a whole lot of extra supports in there. So now I'm just trying to make sure I have my little slip container ready to go. And sometimes it gets a little clogged. And when I want to try to squeeze it out, it doesn't work. A little needle tool will do the job. I'm just gonna stick this in, swirl it around a little bit, and give it a shake. This helps students quite a bit. So, and now I'm able to squeeze it out. And now I'm gonna start down here at the bottom and work my way to the top. And it goes on nice and clean, which is very helpful. Whoops, terrible noise. All right, now I'm gonna bring these edges together. I'm supporting the inside and the outside so that I try to keep it as consistent as possible without breaking down the cylinder shape, which I need to shape that just a little bit more. Now I'm just gonna go over that with my fingers on the inside and the outside. So all the way on the inside, I'm going across all of these seams. And now I'm just smoothing it out as I get to the top. I'm just dragging the clay just a little bit. I'm gonna fix that so my top stays nice and flat. And now I'm just gonna go over that edge. I will need to re-roll over the texture that I've made there. No big deal. That's pretty easy. And I can also use my rip tool to help smooth this out. And I'm just holding on to the inside as I do that to support that edge. And now it's getting a little bit more sturdy. So what I'm ready to do next is kind of let it do a little bit of drying if I want to. And another thing is I'm gonna roll over that edge with my texture ball. Whoops. And I'm just making sure that you can't see that seam anymore, because that seam will stand out quite a bit. Even if you're thinking, oh, that'll be the back side. No, a true ceramic artist is going to make that seam disappear. And using different tools is the way to make that happen. I'm gonna smooth upwards, downwards, and then I'll go over it with my texture tool. And I'm gonna do the same to the inside. Now, it still has some shaping that I need to do, but for the most part, this is how I bring those seams together. And now I'm gonna make all of that texture more consistent. I'm gonna go over it again. Oops, I got a little bit of that slip on there. Don't want that. It's making it kind of sticky. I may have to do this again when that slip has dried a little bit more. And now I'm gonna flip it over to the other side, pick this up, and ever so carefully flipping it over. This way I can make sure I'm consistent on both ends. And now I'm just smoothing over any imperfections. And then I'm gonna use that texture tool one more time. I'm gonna support that inside wall. There's still slip that's making it kind of sticky, so I will have to do that a little bit later. All right, so now that should give me a nice looking cylinder. I can see a little dent where those two seams came together, so I'm gonna work on that a bit more. But now you can see that end result. Thank you for watching.